Okay, we'll start in 1 minute. Okay. Good evening and warm welcome to Brother Joe and brothers and sisters around the globe to Wondrous Lotus to Friday's Heartwarming Dialogue with Brother Joe. Before we start, let us invite Brother Joe to lead us in paying homage to Triple Gems. Okay, let us pay our respects to these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. Okay, today we have Sister Lacim and the team who will be sharing on the To Refugees with Loves. Okay, let us hand over to Sister Lacim and team. Sister Lacim, over to you.
And Sister Lily, let me share. Okay, can see? Can see my PowerPoint?
Yes, Sister.
Okay, good evening, Brother Joe and all brothers and sisters who are with us today. My name is Lacim. Today is another episode of Sending Love to Refugees. And we are honored to have this great role model family to share with us their joy and lessons in their recent distribution to the refugees. The entire event is initiated, planned, and organized from A to Z by this family. We merely play the role of getting them connected with the refugees. Nowadays, Master is very concerned about the life of Ukraine refugees escaping to neighboring countries because of war. For us in Malaysia, we really need not go far because we are indeed very blessed because we have the chance to serve refugees from so many countries without stepping out our foot from Malaysia. So this is actually a very rare opportunity for us to form borderless good affinities with the refugees from different countries. Okay, how this distribution started is because of a simple act of offering vegetarian dinner to the refugees. So there are willing sponsors. So we are happy to be the bridge to deliver it to the refugees. Some refugees accepted it in good faith, while others do not because they are still not used to vegetarian food. But we still carry on as we see there are people who need after receiving positive feedback from some of them. And we have been delivering dinners, this vegetarian dinner for more than 20 times in the last 4 months. And through our interaction with the refugees, we share Tzu bamboo bank story and we encourage them to donate like little kindness to help others. And we were very touched, seeing some of them came back with the bamboo bank, knowing how precious this little donation means to them. We also promote awareness of recycle and invite them to join us in the recycling activity. However, this is still at a very beginning stage. Okay, and then this dinner distribution, the word spread around by mouth, and soon there are people inspired by this noble act, and they came forward to offer themselves to see how they can contribute. Again, we seized the moment as the facilitator, and they also went on to inspire others, and the kindness snowballed bigger, and good seeds are planted, and we are hopeful for it to mature and flourish one day to continue on the cycle of love. Okay, let's welcome Brother Ronnie Tan and his two young daughters, Xing Tian and Xing Ye, to share with us their joy and lesson after their first distribution. Brother Ronnie is a speech therapist at a private hospital. He's also a Huai leader and started taking on the Bodhisattva path since Chiqing days. So let's hear their story. Okay, Brother Ronnie, it's yours.
Hi, hi everyone. I'm good evening, Brother Joe and all drama brothers and sisters. I'm Ronnie Tan and my daughters. Come here if you're shy. This is my younger daughter. She's Xing Yue. Can you see the face? And this is my elder daughter. Come, Tian. This Xing Tian. Yeah. So let me share with you all regarding the sending love to refugee. Yeah, wait. So, okay. Can you see the? Can you see?
It's all gray.
Can you see the?
No, it's all gray.
Oh, wait. Wait, share again. Some technical error. Can or not?
Same.
Nothing. New share. Yeah. Can you see? Can you see?
Yes, now we can see.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I need to enlarge my PPT first. The line suddenly goes slow. Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Oh, wait. A very good evening to Brother Joe's drama brother and sister. Yeah, my name is Ronnie Tan. First of all, thanks Sister Lei Sim for inviting me to share with you all. So next slide. Why I was inspired, because I've seen brother and sister in my community. They used to send vegetarian food for the refugee. So at that time, I'm thinking that what can I do for them? And because of 2 years MCO, I was like trapped in my house. And as a volunteer, it hard to go into our to do home visit for our charity. So since our government have lifted our MCO, so I think I should seize this moment to invite my family members to join the sending love. Yeah, and we hope that can walking into the dark corners and understand what suffering truly means. So at that moment, I thinking that what should I invite my colleagues to join me, because masters used to say that we need to inspire more people, as with collective efforts, yeah, we are able to reach out further. So I decided to invite my colleague, but they say that during that day, they have something on, they can't join me. So they just give donations. Yeah. So they asked me to help to buy some goods for the refugee. So I'm very glad that they, even though they cannot go there, but they are willing to donate their kindness to the refugee. And when I met with one of the, I think, public, which I know her for years, I also share with her that my colleagues, they donate to refugee, and she just give me 50 ringgit cash. Then she said, you just help them whatever, buy something they need. I'm very touched on that. Yeah. So at my left hand side is my message between me and my colleagues. This upper part is my one of my colleagues who is occupational therapist. When he want to donate the money, and so he feel very shy. He said that, do you have an account that I can transfer to? So he said that I want to donate a secret amount, but it will be more than 2 digits. So there's a young guy, an occupational therapist, and another one is a doctor, our rehab physicians. He is a Malay Chinese Muslim. Yeah, Chinese Muslim, and I think his wife also is a professor in hospitals, but unfortunately she passed away last year. Yeah, but I think before she passed away, I did invite Dr. Sani to donate to our government's hospitals to help out at that moment, MCO. But he think that our governments maybe he thought that we shouldn't do that, but his wife is willing to donate. Yeah, then is glad. I feel glad that because her wife trusted, yeah, our Tzu Chi. I think must be something she met through our Tzu Chi doing something in university hospitals. Yeah. And I also like to thank Sister Lesim for guiding me, whatever, for giving advice of what kind of goods and vegetables are needed by the refugees. Yeah. So I'm also grateful that my home sister and my daughters, they can share the same passion with me. So if without them, I can't do it by my own, because during that day, we're going to NSK to buy the fruits and vegetables. But I need manpowers. If I go there alone, I don't think I can finish. Maybe it took me more than 3 hours to finish all the packaging. Yeah. And after buying all the fruit veggie, we need to line up, I think, for at least 1 hour, and very hot in the NSK market. Yeah. So that's why my daughter complained it's very tiring. And after that, we went to one of a volunteer's house to pack all the goods. Yeah, I would like to thank all the volunteer for your selfless efforts. Yeah. After that, and I firmly believe that everyone has the inherent Buddha nature to care for others. We need to inspire ourselves first, then inspire others, thus benefiting ourselves and others at the same time. I think that this is the power of 1 to infinity, which Master always emphasized. There are many people out there are waiting to be inspired. So as a volunteer, we just need to share and get them to join us. And why give them vegetable and fruits? So from my understanding and so sharing from Sister Lei Sim, those refugees, they used to consume high calorie food like maybe bread and some gravy. That's all. Maybe they lack of financial aids and they can't work. Yeah, and they can't even get we call it resources from our government because they are refugee. They don't have the rights to get education subsidy from our governments or even medical subsidy from the governments. So they depends only on UNHCR. Yeah, I don't think that is enough for them. So I'm thinking that maybe I should buy something which is more nutritious, yeah, to fill the gap which they are lacking of. Yeah. So by promoting vegetarian also, I hope that to educate them, saving animals, cut down killing, and inspire unconditional love for all sentient beings. So despite they are Muslim, but most of them are able to accept the vegetarian diet. For example, in my hospitals, during like any parties, I used to order some vegetarian meal for my colleagues. I think almost 90% of my colleagues are Muslim, yeah, Malay, yeah. So they also can accept vegetarian meal because it is without animals, yeah, components, yeah. So we can see that from this left-hand side is the trolley that filled with all the vegetable and fruits. Then it can turn into their more nutritious meal. You see, they can cook whatever you give them. So for me, I call it like Somalia vegetarian meal. Yeah. So even as a parent, we have no control all over our children's future. But I hope that to lead by example, this will encourage them to help others in needs. And seeing suffering, then and we feel that how blessed we are. I believe that my daughter will inspire too. And I hope that such great love will be planted in them and guiding them for their futures. So on the top is my elder daughters, and at the bottom we can see that when children help children, they are full of love. You can see the picture at the bottom part, you see, and at the top part. So they are very pure. You see the children. If we give our good example to them, they will show their kindness to others regardless of races or religions or even status, right? So this activity has not only inspired kindness for me, family, colleagues, public, but I also touched by the cycle of love coming back from the refugee. We can see that, yeah, this picture was sent to me and I feel very touched because even though they live in very poor environment, but they still can donate. Yeah, this let me think about like donation, giving of love. Donation is not the privilege of the rich, but it's coming from us or with someone with a sincere heart. And I hope that this mindset, yeah, of helping each other can be passed through and practiced by those refugees within their community. Maybe among their communities, they have those who is lacking of food, yeah, so they can help each other. So this case, this girl is 12 years old, is bedridden with cerebral palsy, and she can't even do any tube feeding, yeah, because doctor advised that she needs only palliative care and just make her as comfortable as possible. And she also told that the mother also told that her own mother want to come over from Somalia to help them, but unfortunately she was killed by someone because she want to sell the house, the rented house. She rent out the house. Well, now she want to sell it, but she was killed by someone. I feel very sad for that. So we can see that the country is very unstable and full of violence. Yeah. So as a Malaysian, I think that we are still in very safe and very blessed country. So this family has a stroke, a grandmother. Yeah, this is the daughter, and this is the physiotherapist. Yeah, then her name is Carol. She used to give a free treatment for the refugee. I feel very touched, and she also came 3 times per week. It's not 1 time per week. Yeah, she traveled from Puncak Alam to we call it Gombak area, which took her around 2 hours to and fro. Yeah. So last time I also provide home visit and very tiring. Yeah. So she do it for free, and she told us that they are her own. She treated the refugee as her own family. She married to a local, so she can speak Malay and English, and she can be our translator, because those Somalian, they can't speak very well English. So I think I also asked Sister Lesim to get contact from her in case in future we need help from her to do any physiotherapy for refugee. I think it's a good resource, so we can support each other, or maybe we can invite her to be part of our medical team to provide free clinic, yeah, for the refugees. Yeah. And this boy is around 16 years old. He has I think in Somalia his leg was amputated, yeah, because of accidents, and after that he didn't manage to treat the illness, and later he developed the skin cancer, and now he is in Malaysia. Yeah. So when we went to the house, he was in HKL hospital. Yeah, he get his treatment, and we only managed to meet his mom. Yeah. And our sister Lesim is doing video call during our home visit. And this is his mom, yeah, at the right hand side. She sold her house in Somalia to pay for his medical treatment for the son. So she came to Malaysia in May 2022 to take care of her son. And the cancer battle is still on, though the family has exhausted all their saving. We can see that they have their own reason why they came here, and they not even very poor, live in underprivileged, but they also have illness. This is what Master told us, that poor plus illness is more suffering. So that's why we need the medical team to relieve their suffering. Yeah. And this photo, family photo, I think group photo. Yeah, after we donated, and they also hold the bamboo bank, and these two children, they are very cute and very pure in their hearts. We asked them whether they have any shilling, and they just search all around the house. Yeah, just they want to donate some. Yeah. So let's just look at a video of sending love and care. Yeah, this is we do it outside the condo, because we can't manage to go house by house, because we have 10 families within a few hours to go. So some family we require them to come out from their apartments. So we are waiting them outside opposite the house. Yeah.
She also buy a big one. This one the cleaning.
And you see that the banana, I bought banana because before I plan to buy the fruits and vegetable, I try to search online, Google it, what kind of fruit and vegetables those Somalian they used to eat. So they managed to I think they, from the video I searched online, they said that they like bananas. They have bananas in every meal, because I did heard some sharing from volunteers from Penang, that volunteers, he used to go to Myanmar for the, I think, for the aid, disaster aid. So he told me that they will get them to try, they will prepare a few types of rice for those Myanmar, yeah, victims, I think the hurricane victim. So they will ask the citizen over there to pick and choose, yeah, which rice is you think that is good for you and you like it. So master said that you must give something that people like. It's not like give something that they don't like. So it's a waste of resources, and it doesn't respect them. So I plan to buy banana, even though banana is quite expensive. Yeah. So I think it's good for them. Yeah. So this brother also, he's very humor. Yeah. He is just like we call it uh, 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 we call it duplicates or what, yeah, to create the harmonious environment between volunteers and refugee families. This is my wife. She give, I think, a mask, yeah, to the refugee. So for this family, this is the mother, and the 3-year-old daughter is lying down bedridden, yeah, and she has a progressive muscular atrophy, means that she can't move since young, yeah, and she was bedridden, and she need tube feeding every day, and she has a machine which is donated by someone to suck the phlegm every day, yeah. And this family has Habiba. She has 3 children with severe to profound hearing loss. So only one of them was get subsidy by the school to buy 1 hearing aids. Yeah. And another 2, they don't have hearing aids at all. So they're having difficulty in communicating with their people. Yeah. And she said that she worked in Arab restaurant and make biscuit to sell. And when we went to the house, we can see that she put all the biscuits on the table, and she's ready to pack them up. Yeah. And she said that her husband was detained and jailed in Saudi Arabia when they were coming to Malaysia, and the family needs to pay in Arab. Yeah, actually they are from Somalia, but they went to Arab. Yeah. And that time she met her husband, I think. Then the family need to pay levy to government since 2018, and tax for each children is around 400, and they can't afford. You see how many children they have? I think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 children. So you total up, they can't even pay the tax. So they decided to move to Malaysia. But unfortunately, the husband was detained in Saudi Arabia. From all the families, I think mostly are single mom with a lot of children, and the husband is not there. Yeah, so it's not easy. Yeah, like my wife said that you can see the we call it sacrifice of women as a mother to take care of all the refugee. Yeah, not in their own country, you see. So this family, I think this is the last family I couldn't make it to a visit, and but as Sister Lei Sim said that she is waiting for the food from our volunteer, because she have no food at all. Yeah, she's a single mom with 6 children, and she keeps shifting her house when she couldn't pay rental. So their life is full of uncertainty. Yeah. So she is asking a volunteer to help them for food, yeah, and for her children's. If you don't go there and her children have no food, yeah, we can see the situation. And this is one of the family who just took what they need, and the rest of the goods can be shared with these are two families, yeah, two families, and one family he just took whatever he wants, so he can the rest he can share with two others family, and we can see how lovely it is. And this is let's look at the I think this 4-year-old children's refugee children's, when we went there, she was still sleeping. And her mother sent us the video after she woke up to us. Let us look at her video.
Hi, you give me mask small. I have food. I am hungry. Thank you.
You can look at the face, and this make me think that as sentient beings, we are all equal. However, due to past karmic retributions, we were born in different families, so we have to accept life it is. For us who were born in good families, we should cherish and create more blessing. The current life is the result of the actions of past life. Our next life depends on the action of this life. And I think we should seize the moment now, make good use of the body given by our parents to benefit others. Yeah. And I feel grateful to have Siku, yeah, who are they give me self-love guidance during my searching days, and they took me to witness suffering, especially at the left bottom. Yeah, is a Yuchen Siku. She's the head of charity, and she has many years of experience. I still remember during my teaching years, during my holidays, I used to come back early, 1 to 2 weeks early during my holiday, just to follow Siku, to do the home visit or to attend we call it the charity meeting, so I can learn something. Yeah, I that's why my searching life is very fruitful. Yeah, this is we went to this mental and physical handicap KKB. I believe that some of you went to this. Yeah, and Suku also used her house as a activity center. Yeah. Yeah, this is me. Yeah, this is one of our Suku. Yeah. So last but not least, I would like to invite my colleague to join me in future, and I hope that all this experience will bring out our compassion hidden in each of us. And after the distributions or the sending love, I forward the picture, and I write something on the picture and WhatsApp them to show that what they donated has been given, yeah, to the refugee directly. Yeah. And I feel glad that one of my colleagues of the occupational therapist, he promised me to join me for the next sending love to refugee. Yeah. So I hoping that more and more I can invite more and more of my colleagues to join me during this mission. And I want them to think that to achieve great love mission is borderless, and it transcends beyond race, region, and languages. Yeah. So because we are in the healthcare healthcare departments, hoping that in future I can invite them to join our team, or even give their contributions to the free clinic, yeah, to our society. So lastly, I'd like to share one's quotes from Master. Make good use of time and cherish what we have. Treat one another with love, respect, and gratitude. Okay, Karen, thank you so much. So next, I'd like to invite my elder daughter, Xin Tian, to give a sharing. Okay. Thank you.
Good evening, school and Shifu. I am Xin Tian. Today I'm going to share about refugee distribution and sharing. Over there, I felt happy, grateful, and feeling blessed after visiting the refugees' families. I also felt that I want to cherish everything I have now. I also felt very tired because of buying 10 families, vegetables and food, and we spent a lot of time buying it. After buying, we also help with packing the food for them, and it is so fun. I had also saw the hard work of school and football because they often deliver food to refugees. I felt very tired after doing it for only one day. At last, we sent love from one house to another. Thank you for listening. Good evening, Suku and Super. My name is Tan Xingye. Today I'm going to share about refugees distribution and sharing. I'm happy that I can help people in need. Okay. I feel sorry for her because she can't work. Her mother works very hard to make money because she needs to see doctor very often. I also feel sorry for this family too because there is a 12 years old child who is bedridden. It is difficult to take care of her. Her father is going to take away the healthy younger sister. The mother is very sad. Dad brought vegetarian nasi lemak for them. I hope they like it. Dad spent over 90 degrees because dads want to thank them, respect them, love them, and for giving us the opportunity to help. It was a great experience to look into the life of refugees. Thank you.
I think that's all for my sharings. Thank you so much.
Okay. Can you unshare? Stop share. Okay. Thank you so much to this wonderful family. The two daughters were working very hard on that day, from the morning until evening. And at last they said they are so tired, they need to take a rest. to go home earlier. And at night, they still start their piano lesson, still not forgetting their own, duties, Very grateful to this family. Thank you so much, Ronnie and
Thank
Xin
you.
Tian and Xin Yue. OK, 感恩。是有做有感受了，我是觉得So we hope to see you more often in our future refugee charity missions. So now can we hand over to Brother Joe for your comment and feedback? 感恩。
Yeah, thank you. It was lovely to see your two daughters, Ronnie, and they are. I can see that you are a very proud dad because you raised them with such compassion, and they show. And I'm sure they are the delights of all the 师姑师伯. I'm sure when the 师姑师伯 see them, they see the hope and they see the light. And just like when you were Ziqing, Ronnie, I'm sure, even though you weren't as young as Xin Tian, Xin Yue, but I'm sure that when Sigu Sibo see you, they see that energy. Before I go, before I go more into how lovely the two young volunteers are, I do want to take a moment to reflect on what Brother Ronnie said about the conditions of the refugees. I think that Ronnie had mentioned that there are many of these medical cases. I can't imagine. I think thanks to Ronnie and also thanks to all of you as our eyes to see these. I think a lot of times we see on TV where you have the refugees, they have their bags and they have their family holding onto their families, and then they're crossing borders or they're, getting onto the airplane or the ships or whatnot. And that's already very treacherous. And I see that these people that are even very ill. I mean, this is not like, this is not just sickness. This is serious, severe illness, right? We're talking about cancer, we're talking about cerebral palsy, we're talking about, they couldn't move or having stroke. I mean, these are very serious, and they're already in such a very difficult situation. And on top of that, they have no home to go to, or, I mean, that's just so thanks to Brother Ronnie for taking us to see these people. So that's the first thing is, I think you're absolutely right that there's a lot of karmic retribution, what we have done in the past. I mean, there's no answer. Like, why is it happening to them? And why am I the lucky one? Why am I living in this place where we get to do these things and they can't do anything? And we have to look into, the past and then be very aware and be very careful about the deeds that we're doing. And I think that's the very one alarming thing that I think Master had taught us. And thanks to Brother Ronnie and also Sister Lei Sim, that through refugees, that's the first thing that you see them and then you have a very strong impact. And I hope that everybody, if you had a chance to see them, this is the very first thing that you take in. The next thing obviously is, so what can we do about it? What can we do? I mean, we only have two hands. And I think that Brother Ronnie mentioned that if he were the only one to go to the supermarket and to do the purchasing, it would take him hours and hours. And so he needs extra hands. And I think that is the whole key. He also mentioned the one to infinity, so that we have a chance to help more. But how many more can we actually help? I mean, it's still limited, right? We brought in our friends, we brought in our family, but it's still very limited. What happens is, and I think this is what Master is trying to do, that you can't stop at the end result. You have to stop at the beginning. You have to stop at the root. And I think that's what the 人心净化 is all about. What can we do at the front, at the beginning, at the root? And I think we're making a difference. Starting not with you and I, but starting with Xin Tian, Xin Yue, because their generation, hopefully, even though they will get to experience more, probably more natural disasters than we do because of the 2 degrees Celsius, because of the global warming. By the time when they are mature, when they're older, the world is probably going to be not much better than the one that we have right now. But I think that we are raising this next generation to be very resilient. The younger ones right now, I don't think they're resilient. But I think that the even younger ones, like Xintian, Xinyu, I think for them, they are seeing that life is really fragile, and they need to be strong, and they need to have this strength. And when they see, I saw Xinyue's PPT, right? She felt sorry. She felt for them. And there is a strength in that, you know, but I know what I can do for them. And I think that's very important, that when you see these people, what can we do? What more can we do? So I think that we have to prepare our next generation for a world where maybe the resources will not be as abundant, where there isn't going to be, you know, a lot better of anything. But we have raised our children and our next generation to be fit, to be prepared, to have this compassion, because there are going to be more people that are in need. But I also think that that generation will be that much more resilient and that much more capable to handle something like that, because they see this when they're young, when they're really at a young age. I think that people in their 20s right now, a lot of them are very blessed, because they've gone through all the best, you know, in the past decades, and they're slowly getting into the worst situations. But the peoples that are in their teens or even younger, I think they are beginning to see there's a lot more problems, and they have to be stronger. And I think that's what we can do for the next generation, not just leaving a world that's better, no, but I think it's teaching them and educating them so that they are better prepared, not straying from compassion, but preparing them so that they know and they can feel that when something happens, they are prepared to do something to help others, because in the future, I'm sure there's going to be more that's in need. So the first thing that we talked about is seeing these people. The next is to see the changes that we can do. And I thank Brother Ronnie for pointing out that there is a reciprocal, there is you can see the love that's in return. You can see that they are also prepared to do something. And I think that is another force in play, in that, Ronnie, you're not just helping your own daughters to prepare for their future, but you're also helping. Look at how many children they have in that house. And if we don't help them, how many of them might be going onto the wrong path? But now, because we are now, you know, intervening, or now we're doing what we can, and we're doing this in such a way that showing them how to lead a resilient life and also be a compassionate person, I think we're helping to shape that next generation that I was talking about. Not the current generation where you're already 20 something, but the next one after that, where hopefully there will be a lot more equality. Hopefully there will be a lot more compassion, because there's just too much suffering around, that hopefully that there will be more compassion for the children, for the people of the next generation. Okay, so I see the bamboo bank, the spirit of the bamboo bank is onto them too. And I hope that continuing engaging, I see some of them are already pretty big. I see some of their children, right, probably in the 15, 17, probably. And they can already, you know, mature enough to think about what they're going to do with their lives. very important is to bury that seeds of compassion into their minds and into their lives, so that they don't grow up and they don't continue that seed of hatred. That is so important, so that we can hopefully have a much better next generation and so on, in a much better future. And lastly, I wanted to commend on Ronnie for, and also Lei Sim for, involving, I think, everybody. Like I said, one person couldn't do it, but you guys took the additional ways, and Ronnie especially, as a speech therapist, he also went out of his way to share with his coworkers. And I think that is very important. I always believe that you will begin sharing when you truly believe what you're doing is making a difference. If you don't believe what you're doing is making a difference, you probably will shy away from sharing what you're doing. Now, even if it's a Tzu activity, if you don't believe that that is making a huge difference in the society, or to somehow to fix a certain problem, you probably won't be so keen to speak out loud to your colleagues. But the fact that you're doing that, and you're taking pictures to show them, you're taking them and you're persuading them, and whether they can go or they cannot go, they believe you and they will donate through you, whatever the case might be. It's because you believe this cause and you see the value and you understand it. So I think that is also very important, that you're expanding, not just in your own family, but also you're reaching out to people outside, not just your immediate family, but more. And I think the very next step is, how do you make them to be like you? Where if you're just giving money, it's hard for them to tell them, to tell their friends, because they're just doing an action, but they don't know much about the strength or the life force that action does, because they haven't seen what you see. And I think that's very important. How do you make them to be like you, so that they are willing to go and share with other people what they did? And I think that's the hard part, because you need to slowly take them in, just like how the Sifu Sifu brought you in along the way, and then let them see that. So then they are willing on their own, not because you force them to, but on their own, sharing that story to others, and then willing other people to join them. And that's 菩萨造生. That would be the hard thing to do. You've done so already with your children, and you're probably doing that to the people that you're helping. Now it's to expand that circle, so that your colleagues are not only just helping, but also helping you spread this message and helping you promote. And I think that the best way for that to happen is definitely to take them and to really see these people, that your 50 goes a long way to helping these people. So thank you, Ronnie, and thank you, Lei Sim. I think it's very, always, every time I see your stories, the stories of refugees, I really think that there's so much to learn from you, from you guys. And this is much my pleasure to be able to have this opportunity every week, whenever it's possible, to hear from you guys and hear your sharing. So thank you very much. Thank you. And take good care of the two little ones. They are our future. And I see that it's full of life and full of hope. So thank you.
And Brother Joe, for your guidance. I think we truly benefit a lot, from all your comments. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, I pass over to Sister Su Cheng. Thank you.
Brother Joe and Sister Lei Sim, Brother Ronnie, and the two lovely daughters, Xing Tian, Xing Yue. Wow, truly, I resonate closely to Brother Joe. We always look forward to Sister Lei Sim's story. Today, we could see how she managed to not only self-inspired in this refugee caring, but she also managed to inspire many in her community. to join this path. And each time if we go near to her community to do this refugee home visits, people will recognize us because of Sister Lei Sim. Every night they will provide the veggie bento, so they know this is the group that give us healthy food, veggie meals. And we look at even those, even though, okay, I noticed that even there are few families normally staying together. Of course, normally the family we targeted are the one that are in great needs. Those that are not, sometimes when we reach during lunchtime, we notice the others are also cooking veggie meals. So I think Sister Lacey, without your knowledge, they are also like inspiring more to take these veggie meals. And the stories that Brother Ronnie shared with us, we can see how the young tools, they are also very touched by. They also realize, I think they cherish the blessings, how much how blessed they are, seeing the other children around their age, some can't move. 真的是, I also recall truly this family is our exemplary role family. I recall once I also brought my son, I think a few occasions. He was quiet through the journey back, but he just told me, he said, you know, Mom, the guy that that I met, that guy is same age with my son. He was struck by one of the, I think, bomb or what, that makes him, he couldn't walk, and the mother have to carry him wherever I mean to carry him until later there was this wheelchair. So my son said to him, he take education is like for granted, but to the boy, wow, it's totally different. No, he's confined to the bed only. So that's why we truly, yeah, this is also another reminder for us, not only for us to be inspired, but also to keep inspiring the young generations. Yeah, there's always a hope of seeing the young generations coming up, and yeah, truly the global situation. I think Brother Joe's like Taiwan. I think those of us who follow the I-type will realize the heat wave in Taiwan is quite bad, and we thought Malaysia is bad already. It was like 33, 34, and my mom and my parents would say, "Oh, yo, what is happening? It's like melting." And I look at the TV. I say, "Mom, do you know that Taiwan is like worse than us?" And I think in Europe also. Last time we always thought people always go holiday in Europe, but today look at it. Wow, it's like we don't have to wait for 20 years for this to happen. It's already happening at this very moment. So, 真的是 very blessed to have masters giving us the reminder, and at least we are not watching TV, and we could even though we are doing little bits in promoting vegetarians or hopefully and giving carings to all these people in the refugees, but at least we are doing something rather than just sitting down, and hopefully we can inspire the young people also. Truly. And this Sunday we have Diligence Day in Malaysia, Jialong, and Sister Lacey, Sister Stephanie, and a few others, I think, sisters in refugee home visits, they will be sharing. So we also look forward to all this wonderful session. I also heard Sister Lacey also received some challenges quite recently in her bid to promote. She's also heavily promoting eating healthy among the refugees. But Sister Lacey, wow, okay, that is another, see, Brother Joe, there's so many layers behind it. She just, we heard of her challenge and how she managed to overcome it and bounce back. So maybe in future, we will hear more. So this path, is it easy? Maybe we hear the sharing, wow, it's like smooth, but behind this, actually, a lot of challenges also faced by the volunteers. But did they stop? No, they didn't. So that's why it makes it more, I think, treasured and cherished. And we also wish to invite everyone, because over here in Shalom, the field of plastic is really a lot. And we have it monthly. Sometimes we go 2-3 times a month, and we look forward to everyone joining us. Can register with any of us. I think those in CPI team.感恩 everyone. Truly, always very grateful to Brother Joe for guiding us. I think there's Brother Sujan. I think the initial team, they also will be sharing with Masters soon. So we also invite them to join. Actually, I asked them whether they want to choose Friday or Saturday. I think volunteers like Friday, because Friday we have a cozy session with Brother Joe. Maybe not all of us could have opportunity to present the master, but through Friday session, we also feel like it's in a way we feel like we are close to Master through this Friday cozy session with Brother Joe. So anyone that around, if you are from other parts of the world, if you have any cozy, heartfelt sharing, please do share with us. We will we are very grateful to Brother Joe whenever Brother
Well,
Joe is
think of it
available.
as a practice, you know, like because when you organize your sharing, then you prepare, you realize that there's so many things that's happening, and because you have to share, you have to organize it, and when you organize it, it becomes sort of more fluid, and then you have an opportunity to practice, to try. Like for example, when I saw the two little girls PPT, you know, they have different styles,
Yeah.
and you know, and they have different ways to present themselves, and
Indeed.
so you know, Ronnie, you saw this, and perhaps you would say, okay, well, maybe next time, you know, I'll take a video and I'll record this and we'll play it for master. That's a possibility, right? So there's so many things that, you know, we could do now with the technology. But I think Sister Ching is absolutely right. You know, the world right now, you know, it's not in the storybooks. It's not in the, you know, like future prediction. We're talking about right now. And today I just went to Jinsi Hall, and it was so hot, you know, when I try not to turn on the AC in the car. And so I turned on all the, you know, I opened all the windows, but the handling wheel was so hot that I couldn't put my hands on it. You know, that was how burning it was. And on the sky, the sky on Hualien, there's no cloud. And so you can imagine the sun just blazing shut through. And we are very fortunate, at least, you know, we don't have to be outside. We're in the buildings, you know, we're doing this work, and the volunteer works we're not outside doing. But here at the abode, there are a lot of volunteers that are also doing some kind of outside work. So the masters are taking care of them to make sure that they are, you know, plenty of fluid, to making sure that all of that. But you know, it's something that we knew probably was going to happen maybe once in a long time, but now it's happening almost like these couple of days. This past few weeks have been like this. So it's coming. It's here. So
Yeah, everyone to take good care. Yeah, I think especially about I don't have to wait until like 12 something. Before that, I think 10 something, 9 something, sometimes also already very hot. So yeah, take good care, everyone at Hualien. Yeah, take care.
Actually, my daughter, they are asking when can they go again to the refugee. So I'm not only planning guide them go to refugee, but also to our others, we call it community long-term care. So I want them to see, to feel, and to cherish, their wisdom and kindness. I think that is not enough just for us, we call it for start. Even though they most of my daughters, they are under Thai educare. My wife is the kindergarten teachers. We have been introducing them all the love, care for earth, care for people, respect parents, but they need real life experience and walk into the house of others. Especially those underprivileged families. So they can I think appreciates whatever they have, and also contribute whatever they have. If they can have something they can share with others. So I think when they grows up, maybe during a teenagers, they have different, I think, wisdom if compared with others. They have different skill of interact with people, different kind of thinking, think broader and wider. So that's I want to share with all. Actually, one of my colleagues, he promised me to join, even though the first time he can't join, and the next time I'm planning when maybe next month I can bring him together to walk into the life of refugee. All right, thank you.
No worries, a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I'm sure. 感恩哇，很棒哦，真的哇，truly blessed exemplary family, including the mother in education or father in health. Yeah, we look forward to more sharing from this family. Yeah, hopefully I trust one day 商人也是会听到有 chance 感恩。Yeah, keep up the good work brother Ronnie 感恩。Okay, 感恩brothers and sisters 感恩 brother Joe for your time, really very grateful all of us 感恩sister Lisim for this great Bodhisattva recruitments 感恩 brother Ronnie and the two lovely daughters 新田 and 新月感恩 brothers and sisters that join us today and 感恩 for your support 感恩 for presence yeah, by the way, tomorrow we also have a very wonderful sharing look forward to this I think sharing of the journey of brother BJ Bawu with brother Han Kui. I think a lot of us are very also coming to this this most beloved US ex-USC USCO. A lot of us are following up closely, so we look forward to the sharing. Actually, it has been some time in my heart was thinking, who can share this journey? And suddenly, Brother Bao, just like Master said, he volunteered this story. And of course, brother, the other one is brother Zhu Jingcai. Wow, this brother also, we also look forward to the sharing. We are very grateful to Master Huang for bringing this brother to us. So look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Okay, and everyone, let us invite Brother Joe to lead us in making 3 bows to the Buddha and Sangren as we part to apply all these wonderful teachings in our everyday life. Let us pay our respects to our teachers of life universal truth. Palms together. First bow. Second bow. And third bow. And everyone, see everyone tomorrow. Oh, sorry, I'm not sure whether the sisters want to take photo. Maybe one. Maybe we take one quick photo as memory. Sister YY 感恩你 helping to take the photo.